If you were heading into this past weekend still wondering why the UFC was so non-committal on Ilia Topuria's first lightweight title defense and whether it was going to be Justin Gaethje or Paddy Pimblett, well, the UFC Qatar main event should have answered any of those doubts because they were waiting to see what would happen between Arman Tsarukyan and Dan Hooker 100%, and now we can safely say in the aftermath, or at least I can say, that Arman Tsarukyan, hands down, no ifs, no ands, no buts about it, is the #1 contender at 155 pounds. And I say that because he has now won 5 fights in a row, with the last 3 being Beneil Dariush, Charles Oliveira, and Dan Hooker, 2 of those 3 by way of stoppage. And being that he is so fresh, being that he disposed of Dan Hooker in less than 9 minutes time, he will be fighting Ilia Topuria at the first UFC Paramount numbered event in January, rumored to go down on the 24th in Las Vegas, Nevada. And so one, do you agree with me? Is this performance from Arman Tsarukyan enough to solidify him as a #1 contender for the second time in the very same year? Because let us not forget, he should have had this opportunity in January, but he had to pull out of the bout with Islam Makhachev due to a back injury. And he will have 2 months to make the turnaround from the time that this fight happened, and Ilia Topuria is fresh considering he last fought in June. It is the fight to make for the lightweight championship to kick off the Paramount era for the UFC. And being that that is the fight that I want to see for the title, that means that I would book Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway for the BMF belt, a fight that both of them seem down for. And then I would book Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje against one another, because those were the 2 guys that everyone was talking about in terms of being a #1 contender and who it should have been and who it shouldn't have been. But now that it's Arman Tsarukyan, in my mind, I would just make those 2 fight one another, and then they can get the winner of Tsarukyan versus Topuria, potentially at the White House card. But do you agree with me? Is this what you would do with the lightweight division? Let me know down in the comments below.